In this video, I'm going to be working through a grade 10 question on statistics. So we're going to get straight into it. So the heights of 18 grade 8 learners are recorded in centimeters below. And first of all, they want us to show this in a stem and leaf diagram. Okay, so a stem and leaf diagram, just as a quick recap, we always have the stem side. It's just a way of recording data. And then we have a leaf side. Okay, and so you would have something like, on this side, we could say 147. Okay, so let's see what we're working with. 123, 110. So I'm going to start with 110 like this. So we put like the tens or the hundreds on one side. So here I've got tens and hundreds on the side. So 130, 140, 150. And then what we can do is on this side, we write the actual numbers. So it's important, we need to list them in order of size. Okay, so it needs to go from biggest to smallest. Let's quickly highlight all of my 110s. So I've got 110. Let's see what else we've got. Any other 10s? Nope, that is all. Okay, so that means in this 10 column, we are just going to put a 0 then. Let's go through and highlight all our 20s. So I've got 129, 125, 128, 129. Okay, that is all of those. So I'm going to now fill those in. And remember, they have to be in order as well. So 125 is my smallest. Then I had 128. And then I have two 129. So how you read it is you say this first part. So 125, 128, 129. So it's just a shorter way of writing it rather than writing out all these values like this. Next up, let's have a look. We do our 130s. So I've got 133, 131, 130, and 139. Okay, so on this side then, we've got 131. Oh no, sorry. See, that's where we got to just check ourselves. So we've got 130. So 130, 131, 133, and then 139. If we have a quick look at our 40s then, I've got 142, 147, 143. Okay, so we're going to say 142, 143, 147. And then number 150s, let's check. We've got 152, 151, 153. That's all of those. So 151, 52, and 53. And then I actually missed out. We also have 160s here. So 160, we've got 162, 162, and 165. Okay, so we are almost there. A stem and leaf diagram, we also always need a key. So what you say is, somewhere, you're just going to write key. And if I say, let's say this, okay, that means 110. Okay, so all we're doing is we're just showing, if I write it like that on the stem and leaf diagram, that means 110. So that is our first mark there. So represent the data on a stem and leaf diagram. Nice, simple, and it's a little bit tedious. Just make sure. So the marks for this one, let's check how many marks there is. So that's 4 marks. Okay, so you would get a mark for being able to say, okay, set it up like this, the right format. You'll get a mark for putting it all your data in, probably 2 marks for that. And then it's going to be a mark for your key. You only get these 2 marks if it's in the right order as well. So it has to be going from smallest to biggest in every row. It has to be like that. Okay, let's have a look at the next question. So they want us to determine the median of this data. What I would do to determine the median, I'm actually going to look at my stem and leaf diagram. Okay, so let's just write down what we want here. So our median, remember the median sounds like middle. So we want our middle number. How I would do it is I would look at my stem and leaf diagram. Let's just get rid of some of this extra stuff. Okay, and I'm going to literally just count to the middle number. So they say there are 18 learners here. So half of 18 is 9 is going to be in the middle. So let's just cancel out. So I'm going to cancel from the top, from the bottom, from there, from there, from there, from there, from there, from there. Okay, so our middle number is between 139 and 142. Okay, so we can say our median between 139 and 142. Let's just count and check that. So we want it somewhere on the ninth, or between the nine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, yeah, so it is going to be between those. It's because we've got an even amount of numbers. So how you work this out is if you want the middle between those, you add them up. So 139 plus 142, divide that by 2. And so we're going to get our median. Let's check. 139 plus 142 divided by 2. So we get 140.5 is our median. So we're going to do mode on the same page here. So mode is the most popular number. Okay, again, it sounds kind of similar. So mode, most popular. Let's just make a note here actually. So median is our middle number. Mode is our most popular. So all you need to do for mode is you need to look at your stem and leaf diagram. Let's just get rid of all this crossed out stuff so we can actually maybe see it. We're just going to look at this and see what number appears the most. So we can have 2 modes. Remember that. So sometimes they try to trick us with that. You can have 2 or 3 modes. It's just what numbers appear the most. So let's go through this stem and leaf diagram and just circle the numbers that appear the most. So if I look at this first one here, 110, okay, that only appears once. So next up, this 129, that appears twice, so that could be one. Don't have any repeats here, no repeats here, no repeats here. The other one is here. So actually, 162 appears twice and 129 appears twice. So this one is what we call bimodal. So it's got 2 modes. So our mode is 129 and 162. They might ask you, sometimes they do ask you, what does this mean? What do we call this then? It's bimodal. So it has 2 modes. And that's completely fine. Next up, they want the lower quartile and the upper quartile. Okay, so the quartile and the upper quartile. So what this means is the lower quartile is what is the middle of the bottom half of the data. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to say, well, we worked out already our median was here between 139 and 142. So that was our median. So our median, that's the middle. So that means this is the lower part of our data. So those 3 lines, that's the lower part. We want what is the median of the lower part. So our lower quartile, this is the median of lower half. Okay, and then the upper quartile is obviously the median. What's the middle of the upper part of the data? Okay, we work it out pretty similar to how we just do median. So if we look back at our stem and leaf here, this is why they ask you to draw it, because it is so useful to use. We want the median of this lower data, so I'm just going to cross out like I would to get the median. Okay, so we can see our median for the lower half, our lower quartile, is 129. We do exactly the same then. Let's just get a different color. So for the upper part of the data, we want the upper quartile. So again, we want the median of this section. Okay, so exactly the same. We just cross out like we would to try find the middle number. And so we get our middle number is 152. So our upper quartile is 152. That is the median of the upper part of the data. Okay, and then finally, they want us to find the mean of this data. Okay, so mean, I always think of it as when something is mean, it's because they make us do lots of workings for it. So the mean means we've got to work out a lot. So how we work it out is we add up all the values and then we divide it by how many there are. Okay, so you could say also the more mathematical way would be the sum divided by the total. Okay, so let's have a look here. What we are going to do then is we are going to add up all the values in this list. Okay, which really it is quite tedious. So we're going to go 147, add 128, add 143, add 131, add 162, add 162, add 142, add 129, add 110, add 133, add 165, add 129, add 152, add 151, add 139, add 125, add 130, add 153. Okay, we get the total, if you add all those up, is 2531. And we divide it, they tell us there are 18 grade 8 learners. So we divide it by 8. Okay, so 2531 divided by 18. And we get 140.6111, which usually they'll ask you to round. I don't think they tell us here what we need to round it to, so I'm just going to round it to 1 decimal for now. So our mean then is 140.6. I really hope this video helped. I'm going to be working through a few of the other questions, but please let me know in the comments if you have anything specific you want me to do.